Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. One more thing I wanted to add before we get started here is that I will pick up on the energies of the cards based on the surrounding cards. And the meanings will come through differently every time based on the other cards that are there in the reading. And I get asked this a lot, like how come the meaning of the card is changing? Because the surrounding cards are changing. And I will periodically explain to you why I say what I say, because of the energies of the cards that are there in the reading at that point in time. And I also give you references to the energies that are picked up on the prior cards, and that will affect the meaning of the cards that come after that. So I just wanted to put it out there so that you're mindful of which cards are paired up in the reading. Now, let's get to it. So before we get started, I just wanted to apologize for my absence from this channel. There was a lot of reconstructive work going on inside the house and was happening right outside the room where I make these videos, where my team comes together. And there was a lot of noise and disturbance outside this room, so we really could not work. We could not do it the way that we normally do. So I apologize for my extended absence. Now the constructive things are completed and I can sit in this room, I can create videos, I can meet with my team as well. So thank you for being patient, and yeah, we are back in business, and we're going to create more videos just the way we want it for this channel. And we really thank you for your patience and appreciate your support. So the first card you have, Scorpio, is number 13, and it says courage. It says time below. This is the element of fire. There is a right triangle. There's also a glyph for Libra. There's a sword in the picture. Number 13, so 1, 3, and 4 are coming through strong with this energy. Sword stands for clarity, mental clarity, clear communication, cutting through illusions even. And Libra is 7th house energy of partnership, staying balanced, harmony, peace. It's ruled by Venus. So a lot of Venusian energy at play out here. And even if you look at the thyme plant, it's a tiny herb. That has small, thin green leaves, but it's very powerful in the sense that it grows at, weird rocky terrains where not all plants can grow. So in that way, it's screaming resilience from the get-go, right? From the nature of the plant itself. So further, it says you're bravely resilient and taking action despite fear. And Scorpio, you are 8th house, natural 8th house, right? Which is the sign ruled by Mars, of course, but 8th house is a very deep, intense house. So deep, intense energies are at play here, and you're the water sign. So there is a depth to your emotions, to your thought process. It further says over here, this energy is your inner warrior's heart. It is a small, persistent voice that says, I will not be defeated. So yeah, that's what it is, drawing from your inner resources, standing up for yourself. It further says, remember, the most profound courage is often quiet, resilient, and focused on rebirth, not revenge. You are being called to heal, to lead, and to rise stronger than ever before. Correct. So thyme in general is a very powerful herb. Even in the olden times and even now, it's used a lot for protection. It's kept under the pillows as a ritual for a lot of families for a sound sleep, so that you don't get any nightmares or any kind of weird dreams. So it's protection from that. And it's also used as a herb in a lot of cuisine, so you can have that, and it provides good defense, good immunity. So even for your body, it's like, channeling your inner warrior. And in general, spiritually, also, this is speaking to standing up for yourself, being decisive, and trusting your decisions. I feel that, Scorpio, you are not going to take any kind of, any kind of nonsensical behavior from people, especially those that are trying to demoralize, people that are trying to, show you down in some way, shape, or form. And I feel that once you show that in gentle ways, not in an aggressive way, you will feel better about, doing it. You will feel more relief that you're able to, tell people how to treat. Sometimes we have to show it to people how to treat us. So I feel that you will, have that strength to, to speak up what you're feeling, even though it might be a little awkward and things like that. But I feel that you will be strong enough to say things that, are not sitting well with you. And I also feel that if we if the situation that you are in is a little difficult, or you feel that it needs to be transformed, especially, with people around you, or even in your personal life, or even with your own self, if you feel that something needs to be changed and it looks hard on the surface or on the face of it, I feel that you will still pull the courage to fix it, either fix it or, just move away from situations that are not, according to your liking. I also feel that, this is a time where if there is something that you're fearful about, you will, go and face it. You will try to overcome that fear. And you will, whether it's, I remember, I do feel I'm picking up an energy of somebody who's scared of public speaking, and I feel that in order to overcome that fear of public speaking, either it could be fear of stage or in general talking to people. Maybe you're a little shy or introverted. I feel that now you're going to come out of that shell. You're going to be more open to talking to people. You're going to be comfortable facing an audience or good getting up stage. And I also see somebody who's signing up for courses in public speaking, or I'm also picking up, going on stage and, like kind of stand-ups and things like that, or open mics somewhere somebody is just stepping up, signing up for, to go up on stage and speak and, just facing their fears in that kind of a way. So I'm also picking up on people that are standing up against any kind of oppression. This might not be in your personal life. It could be around you, or it could be globally even. Sometimes collectively also we experience that same energy, especially as a country or as a city or as a community, where people, come together and this energy plays out collectively. So I am picking up on energies where people are standing up against corrupt activities. There are whistleblowers that are speaking up against unethical practices. So you might be seeing this energy around you, or you might be hearing up about it. So that's the courage that is playing out in people's lives. For those of you who are interested in digging more deep and you want some resource to watch how this energy plays out, you can also refer to the movie Mulan. Since I am a movie enthusiast, I will recommend that to you to see how this time energy plays out in the lives of people or in the environment around you. Mulan is really good. It's like totally movie of courage. The main character Mulan itself represents this energy. So for those of you interested, you can go take a look and get inspired by it. Now, it's very funny that, since I do watch some cute little videos, I was watching a video of a little cute chihuahua, and that chihuahua is barking at that big giant vacuum cleaner because it thinks that it's a monster. So, that little tiny chihuahua is standing up to to a vacuum cleaner itself, speaks of the courage. So I do feel that even pets embody this energy at some time. And they face their fears, and they stand up. They stand up for themselves. So some of you could be doing similar things, like speaking up maybe to your boss. Yeah, I need a promotion, I need to change my team or something like that. Or speaking your truth to people who drain your energy. For some of you, it could be facing like you going to going for a health checkup. Maybe you're afraid, like you've been postponing a health visit. So maybe some of you might be going for health checkup. That's why you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go and see whatever happens. Nothing bad is gonna happen, I can assure you that. But it's just that maybe some fear was holding you back from a regular test, and now you're ready to go do that. But I assure you, after you'll do this, you'll feel way more relieved, way more light. I also feel that because you're being very authentic, because you're being upfront like this, people will respect you more for who you are, and you will meet people that are, you draw those connections that are more authentic, people who are like-minded, people who, stand up for themselves, who have the courage, that inner courage. You will attract similar kind of people. That will be really powerful connections for you at this point in time. I'm also saying some of you make some bold investments, but be mindful and do your research fully before you invest your money into anything. For some of you, this could be also financially leaving jobs that feel secure into trying out ventures, or, getting into your passion projects. Even though that might seem risky, but I do feel some of you might even eventually try to do that. The next card you have, Scorpio, is the 10th house. So 10th house energy playing up for you, and you are the 8th house of the zodiac. So that's a lot. 10th house is a natural house of Capricorn, which is an earth sign. So, and it's ruled by Saturn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so there's a lot of structure and ambition and, goals, long-term goals, and seeing the results, putting in the energy and seeing the results, creating a solid, legacy to be passed down is the Capricorn 10th house energy. And because for you at Scorpio, you are 8th house energy, which is very deeply emotional, intense, very intuitive. You have those psychological, flashes and visions and insights. 8th house is transformation, a rebirth energy. So I feel that you are right now driven, with all your heart and soul, deeply emotional about whatever your goal is. And I do feel, because your drive is so strong at this point in time, you will create something which is very deep, which is very long lasting, You are reaching that pinnacle of success. 10th house is that pinnacle of success. It's that, it's that corner office in your corporative. That's what you're eyeing. And then, this is the throne where the king sits. It's a very prestigious position. Maybe you are, in line for some promotion, for some awards, or just maybe you're getting publicly recognized. Maybe your name's on the newspaper, magazine, or publication of the company or something like that. It's like, it's a very powerful position to be in. Some of you could be getting publicly recognized, maybe because you're doing something really big. Maybe you're climbing a mountain. It's that kind of climbing a mountain, getting to the peak of the mountain. Some of you could literally be climbing mountains, but it's just symbolic of achieving something really big, leaving legacies behind, and feeling strong, powerful in your domain, feeling authoritative. So some of you could actually be getting promoted to really higher positions and being, rewarded and applauded for your skills, for your drive, for your talents and everything. So this gives you a lot of power and authority. So I do feel a lot of you are actually stepping up in some way, shape, or form, maybe becoming leaders, global leaders, city community leaders, or leaders at your workplace. Some of you could actually be creating huge business empires for yourself, or structures. Maybe you're into architecture. Maybe you're creating big malls and communities. or doing something for the environment which is recognizable by the city or community, so a boost to your reputation, boost to your brand if you are a brand ambassador for anything. But it's like, a very kingly kind of energy, something that creation of an empire. So I do feel that, you're going up the ladder. Just be mindful that you don't get too controlling, or you don't get into power games of any kind. Sorry about that noise. Okay, so coming back to our 10th house energy. So, yeah, I do feel a lot of you are getting like popular on the global or on the city. Some way, shape, or form the spotlight is on you, Scorpio. And I feel that some of you might be hiring some kind of vendors, clients to manage your reputation. Maybe you're in the media, maybe you're, an artist, growing artist, becoming popular, and you're hiring somebody to manage your media, reputation, brand image, and things like that. Basically 10th house in the olden times, when astrology and things were not as much refined, 10th house was actually named as the house of Gloria, or glory, I would say. But it actually, the underlying current is the concept of Gloria behind the glory, right? So it's that glory, that was the main driving force for all the people, like generals and politicians and things like that, because they wanted to be famous and the reputation of theirs and, a legacy that would carry on after they are gone. It's that kind of a powerhouse energy that we're dealing with here, Scorpio. So you will see this energy. Now, this could be in your life. It could be in your house, with people in your house or in your environment, or even at a global level. You might be reading up news about, people rising to the top, companies. I'm also seeing a lot of, I've been reading the news about a lot of women stepping up, becoming powerful, being named as a powerful woman in business. A lot of tech founders are also making it to the list. So this energy is definitely around us. And, and especially for the women leaders, they're being praised for their compassionate style of leadership. And, so that's another way how the reputation just, is cemented in the political world or in the tech world or in any kind of, domain. So I also feel that now, on the flip side, Scorpio, because 8th house is also a house of transformation. So I feel that a lot of you might be going through a lot of career transformations as well, because 10th house energy is a lot about career. So you might be transforming your career, maybe shifting your, style of doing work, or shifting your companies, your jobs, starting up businesses or consultant companies even, some kind of transformation that's going on, which is very, very powerful for you. Maybe you're rebranding. Maybe you're already into something. You're rebranding yourself, as, it could be anything. For some of you, I feel that you could also be, chaining up into confronting the people, like in the sense that facing the people, speaking, public speaking, or on the stage, or some kind of motivational speaker and things like that. So some of you could be getting into that as well. Now, I'm also picking up energies of mentorship. Some of you could actually be, guiding some people or having a team where you're mentoring people. You could be into, some mentorship programs. Either you're attending or you are guiding people, escalating to that position. So I do see a lot of you updating, upgrading your resumes and posting it online so that, your accomplishments or your new transitions are visible to the people, so people know what you're working on. So I do feel that you're updating, and globally people can see that, if things have changed for you. I'm also seeing, I'm definitely getting, you guys being recognized for your efforts. And I do feel that there's a lot of work that's being added, a lot of responsibility. And, maybe you are on social media and you're getting a lot of attention that could be it as well. And you're rising in ranks over there, like, a lot of people following you and things like that. But I'm also getting a lot of networking, Varn. So you might be networking through social media or just through your company and workplace or even outside of it. So a lot of growth, expansion, connection with the who's who in the industry, a lot of influential people and things like that. So I'm just going to read what's written here at the bottom of the card. It says, and the 10th house energy is your call to the throne. It is an invitation to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight you have earned. Use your profound depth and strategic power to build a legacy that is not only successful, but also transformative. Lead with integrity, build with purpose, and claim the authority that is your birthright. The world is waiting to see the empire you will build. The next card you have, Scorpio, is the King of Cups. And so, Reiki, completely your energy, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, I feel heavy Scorpio energy out here. So you're showing up in your reading, and there's a chalice in this person's hand, very mature looking, very kingly, knightly, in a position of power. For sure, there is a castle behind. So somebody in the leadership, authoritative position, if you look at the picture, this person is very cautious, looking around to see what's going on. It's a little bit of a, nighttime, not really the daylight. If the image out here is either early dawn or after sunset, somewhere that time, but it sounds like during the daytime. So, and if you see the original Rider-Waite deck, that's a completely different image where a person is like, again, a kingly, very mature person sitting on a throne right next to the sea or in the middle of it. You also has his cup in his hand. And the only thing is in that picture, the water, he's sitting on a throne, which is in the middle of the water, and the water is a little turbulent, but the king is very calm. Calm because he has control over his emotions. He's not really suppressing them, but he understands how to manage his emotions, how to manage the depth, how to express, when to express, and, all of those things. So over here, it says emotional balance, compassion, and wisdom. Somebody who's interested in the arts and sciences, powerful emotions, who has developed incredible control over them. And this emotional mastery is used to unleash emotion at appropriate times, it says over here. So, exactly, I feel that you too, Scorpio, you're, again, ethos energy, very strong. You can feel deeply, but you're not being overwhelmed by your emotions. And you're very wise, EQ like they say, right? The emotional quotient is very high. And and because of that, you have a good control over your emotions. You know how to explain. It's actually your true strength right now, Scorpio. And at all times, I feel, especially right now, this energy is, coming off as your superpower. Because you're able to stay calm, composed, no matter what's going on around you. And because of that, you're able to not only help people, give them the support. And you come across as a very, cool, calm, composed, healing person. It's very healing to be around you. With that being your superpower, Scorpio, I feel that you're able to take the right kind of decisions, even though your environment might be a little chaotic, but because you're highly intuitive, you are the water sign, you're the fixed water sign, so highly intuitive, highly psychic, and you can tap into those depths of your emotions and feelings and then, make those decisions with that clarity, emotional clarity. So this is a very powerful situation or position to be in, where you're able to express your emotions in a very balanced and a healthy way. So I do feel that this is exactly who you are. You are the calm, in the storm. So I feel that you are, you're capable of leading right now because you're staying calm, and maybe you are being summoned, you are being called with the, because you're able to provide the right kind of advice without being affected by the chaos around you. And while this is a superpower, sometimes, if you get into the negative space of this energy, then you could, have some, people with negative. I'm not saying it's you, Scorpio, but I'm just saying like people with this energy on the other side, a little negative side of the spectrum, kind of, because they know that they are being called to guide others, support others emotionally. Sometimes, they could have some kind of hidden agendas. I'm not saying you have it, but this can come in. That's the negative side of the downside of this energy. So I feel that maybe there are people around you who need your support right now, and I feel that you are able to provide that kind of a space for people that are going through some kind of a challenge, because you understand where they're coming from. You can feel the feel, so you're able to provide that kind of support to them, and without being overly overbearing or over controlling. So I feel that, you're able to give the right kind of advice, as a wise advice, that, to people who need your support right now. And people will be thanking you. They kind of start feeling that you're a good support system for them. So some of you might be feeling that ways as well. I also feel that you're being very, empathic right now, very compassionate with people. Some of you could be, in the sense that you could be helping people because you feel them, you feel their situation. So people go through different times, ups and downs, and I feel that you're offering your services as much as you can. Maybe even bending your back a little bit, to go out of your way to help people who need some kind of assistance. Sometimes we get stuck in laws and rules and policies, and people, they don't really try to help much. But I feel that you are going a little bit out of your way, using the policies in a very helpful way, or finding out ways to help people, so that you're able to support them or help them in some way during any kind of a difficult situation that they might be facing. People go through so many ups and downs, maybe unemployment, or maybe, even paying their monthly income, or maybe just becoming a healer, therapist, or, listening to people and helping them out in some way, maybe at work, maybe in your personal life or somewhere. I also feel that some of you might be writing books or material, or going online and speaking up about the struggles, the health struggles, or being an advocate of being kind and compassionate and balanced, and how to handle high pressure scenarios, especially when it comes to the world of media or movies or entertainment or sports or fashion and things, or even law, and it could be any field. There's pressure now in every field, so you could be helping people balance themselves out. You could be on a podcast doing that as well. So in general, I feel that Scorpios, you are so secure in yourself, and you have that inner peace. You're feeling, because of this King of Cups energy, there is an inner calm. It's like you don't respond, like, what do you call that, instant response, right? You think before you respond, even if the messages might be a little bit, twisted and out of line, but you don't get mad, you don't get frustrated, you don't get sucked into the drama. You just want to keep your peace. You want to, and you respond accordingly so that there is no drama. So for that reason, I feel that you're trying to keep peace in the house, around, in your office, and you feel stable. And because of your strong, emotional control and the compassion and empathy, I feel that people are drawn towards you because you are creating that safe environment for people to express themselves. And that's really good. It's really, people really feel safe when they're around people that are less reactive, and they're, then they reflect on things before they say. They, come forward and help people. They come forward and listen to them. They provide that support, understanding. So it builds more deeper and trustful connections. And I feel that that's what's going on around you. So you might be, building this resilience. You might be meditating. You might be meditating, practicing something that brings the stability within you. You might be into some spiritual practices, like, calming yourself down through maybe use of, meditation, yoga, there's a lot of incenses these days that calm us down, that calm our nerves down, or applying some essential oils and things like that. But I do feel that, and I'm going to read what it says further over here. It says, lead with your heart, heal with your wisdom, and remember that true power lies in compassionate control, not in emotional suppression or manipulation. You are becoming the wise, healing presence the world needs. Absolutely. And the last card today for you, Scorpio, is the Way of Light. It says, I took a conscious step into the light. I turn weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with a positive attitude. I extend my light to every corner. And this is exactly the summary of what we just spoke about for you. You have the clarity. You're feeling liberated, light, relieved. And you're able to guide people because of the light that's shining inside of you. If Father says here, the confusion is over, you are now being shown the clearest, most aligned path for your highest good. Have the courage to walk it, for it leads to true freedom and joy. Absolutely. You are releasing, shedding skin, releasing old patterns, fears, things that are not serving you, that are holding you back. And I feel that you're in control of your emotions. You're moving forward confidently with a lot of depth of thought and understanding of your own self, of your environment, of what you need to do. There is clarity. And I feel that any kind of brain fog that you had is now gone. So you're just moving forward now. This is a very powerful state of being, Scorpio. I really like this energy for you, because not only are you, the GPS for your own self, but you're also, the way of light. You're following your path to your goal. This is a very enlightening energy, the energy of the Buddha, kind of that purifying energy, where there's new perspectives that are positive, that are way more trustworthy, I would say. And I feel that there's a lot of light illuminating your path, and there's removal of old junk, old bad situations, negative situations, and you're feeling way freer right now, emotionally and in general as well. Now, this liberation could come in several ways. It's like, leaving stressful situations, jobs, or anything else, neighborhoods, community, whatever that is. Or, speaking with your trusted people and expressing yourself, what was holding you back, what you had in your heart. And you say that and you feel so much relieved. Or, like I said, you might be into therapy yourself or doing therapy for others. You might be into a lot of spiritual practices. This energy, I would say that, the Way of Light, actually, it's planned. And if for those of you that are interested in how this energy plays out, there is a movie I will direct you to. It's called Shushan Redemption, for those of you who have not seen it. And, this energy really strikes that a character, the main character in that movie, Andy Dufresne, if that's how you say the name. But anyways, watch that movie to get inspired on how this energy will play out, or how you can make this happen in your life as well. I do feel that, some of you are just clearing the air, or confessing. Maybe you made mistakes and things like that, and now you want to just say it out, blurt it out, so that, you can start afresh and you can build it in a stronger way. I also feel this energy could be playing out around you. It doesn't have to be in your life. It could be around you as well, where long-standing conflicts, maybe even cities, countries, neighborhoods, are coming to an end. There's resolution. so that the city can progress further, meaning politics. Things are getting resolved now. I also feel that you are simplifying things, and that's what also liberating you. It's like sometimes when people say things to us, even it could be a compliment, and sometimes we spend hours and hours analyzing what that word, what that statement or that thing, that message meant. What was that person trying to say? What's the hidden meaning and things like that? And I realized, oh, it was just like, the person was just trying to be nice or whatever other things like that. It was just joking. Later we realize and we feel like, oh my God, why was I just, kind of being around the bush and just thinking too much about it, over analyzing? It's just like it was a simple thing that person said. So even doing the simple of things, adopting a simplicity mindset also liberates us in so many ways. And I feel that you might be up to that as well. You'll also see a surge or an increase of celebrities, taking to their global platform, taking to global platforms, and using their branding to, to kind of advocate for difficult situations like mental health or humanitarian issues and things like that. You'll find celebrities speak up openly because, using their global fame and reach, global reach. So people might be coming up, stepping up to speak up about issues that has been long oppressing the society in general. Even recently, I was reading up about, some celebrities, or some sports celebrities also speak up about their struggles, their personal physical struggles in their life and things like that. So that, when people come up with their stories, it kind of, tells the other people who are in the same boat that they're not alone. It's like kind of opens the path for other people to express themselves too. So I do feel a lot of the celebrities will be stepping up, opening up about their lives so that, people see the inner world of celebrities too. That, they're not like some Martians from Mars. They're humans who go through ups and downs. And when they speak up about it, we know that they're also human. Celebrities are human too. They go through their shares of ups and downs. So I feel a lot of people will be speaking up about it rather than just putting up a rosy picture, or just speaking about the good things. I feel that will also light up the way for other people to express themselves and to, know that it's okay to be in that same situation. It's okay to find the therapy and ways of healing and recovering. So I feel you'll find those kind of scenarios more around you. Now I'm going to read what it further says over here. At the bottom of the card, it says, it is the moment the clouds part after a lone storm, revealing the beautiful, simple road home to your most authentic and free self. Trust this clarity. Do not second-guess the gift of an easy path. Walk forward with the courage of one who has known the darkness and is now stepping boldly into the dawn. Your liberation is here. Absolutely, Scorpio. So great energies, and I hope you enjoyed these messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.